Hello, my friends, and thank you so much for joining us today for another episode of the Chew Your Water podcast. Today, we are going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite topics. It's something that is very near and dear to me, and that is our nervous system. What is it? What does it do? And why is it so darn important to take care of it? My name is Chrissy Carroll. I am a registered nurse and integrative health coach, and I am here to bring you all of the best real information that you need that you are not going to hear from your doctor. So let's talk about that nervous system. What is it? What makes it up? And why is it so important to talk about? Because it seems to be everywhere right now that everybody is talking about the nervous system, and I personally could not be more excited for that. Let's have that conversation, because for decades, as long as I can remember, emotions in this country are treated as a cancer. They are literally treated as, oh gosh, don't have emotion. Do not acknowledge that anything is ever wrong with you. Just keep going, push it down, shove it down, right? And in that, our nervous system becomes conditioned to just take hit after hit after hit, and it can't do that. It's not meant for that. It is meant to be the alarm system that does keep you from being in danger and staying there. However, for the nervous system to be activated on a daily basis is very, very bad for long-term health. If you want longevity, if you want to get to 100 years old, the most important part of your body that you can take care of is your nervous system. It controls everything else. If your nervous system is dysregulated, literally every other organ in your body will be dysregulated. If you have an autoimmune disorder, you need to check your nervous system. They go hand in hand. And your organs throughout your body do not function properly if your nervous system is sensing that there is danger around. So for myself, growing up, I was a kid who hated school. Hated it. And not just that, I don't want to go to school, I want to do anything but. No. This was, I hate being there. It makes me feel awful inside. It makes my insides crawl. It makes my outsides just tingle. I don't like being there. And that's because my nervous system did not feel safe in the Catholic grade school that I went to for 9 years. I was surrounded by people who were judging each other and not being kind. I went to school with a lot of bullies. So with that, my nervous system could never settle down. Now, first thing in the morning, it was notorious that I was going to get up and have an upset stomach, nauseous before school, not feeling good. Once I got to school, I was the kid who was asking the teacher constantly, may I go to the bathroom? May I use the washroom? Because my nervous system was so dysregulated that my kidneys were saying every 5 minutes, oh, get to the bathroom, oh, get to the bathroom, because it couldn't regulate itself. Palpitations. People talk about, oh, I went and did something and my heart was pounding the whole time. That is your nervous system talking to you. Now, you have to know how to honor it. So if you are in an instance where your heart is pumping like that, it's beating very, very fast, but you're going to do something really fun that you're excited about, then let's honor your nervous system for doing what it's supposed to do, making you excitable, and now let's acknowledge the fact that we're not doing anything harmful, remind your nervous system of that, and go do your little exciting adventure that you need to do. However, if you're being chased by a bear, your nervous system is doing just exactly what it needs to do. So that being said, I would like to take a minute here and do a little bit of a meditation as tool number 1 of how to regulate your nervous system. And I am going to actually guide you in a 3-minute, very quick meditation here. I encourage people to start meditating at 5 minutes, not anything more than that, because your brain is going to wander. So for right now, we're just going to do a quick 3-minute meditation. If you are in a place where you can safely do this, I would like for you to either sit down, sit back. If you can lie down, go ahead and do that. And if you can, gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Again, slow inhale. And a slightly longer exhale this time. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. And let your tongue relax away from the roof of your mouth. There is nothing that you need to do right now. Nowhere you need to go. No one that you need to be. Just notice your body. Notice where you might be holding tension right now. And without forcing anything, I want you to try and soften it, only by 5%. Now bring your attention to your breath. Without changing it, just notice that as well. The rise, the fall, the steady cadence of your breath. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just gently bring it back to your breath, back into your body, and back into this moment. Now I want you to silently ask your body, what do you need right now? And don't force the answer, just listen. Maybe it's more rest. Maybe it's stillness. Maybe it's permission to slow down. Let your body know that you are listening. Take one more slow, deep breath in and exhale it out. And when you're ready, you can gently bring your awareness back. But let's see if you can carry this feeling with you. As we move into today's conversation, I want you to remember how you felt in this moment and carry it with you. And that's as simple as it can be. 3 little minutes right there. Just calm, peace, quiet, and you don't have to be anybody else. So some other tips and tricks that I would like to talk to you about nervous system regulation include making sure that you are eating properly. That is very, very important. What we are putting into our bodies is extremely important. When your nervous system has to do the work of keeping all of the chaos that you are surrounded by in your day in check, now you add food on top of it, and you add foods that really, really need work to be digested. Those foods are not going to be digested. I have talked to clients who have said, I was going all day long, and I realized I hadn't eaten and I needed to grab something really quick. So I stopped, I grabbed something, I ate it super fast as I was on the go, and I threw everything up. Yep. I bet you did. Your stomach is not going to function and break your food down the way that you need to when you're doing everything else at 1,000,000 miles an hour. It just won't do it. You are asking a part of your car, because most people think of their bodies as though it's a machine. So let's refer to the body as a machine, right? So now you are asking your car to drive down the highway at 80 miles an hour and build a house at the same time. What? It's not going to do that. Your body cannot do multiple things like that either. You are not a machine. You have to slow down and honor it in the way that it needs to be honored. And one of the major things that I tell people is when you are eating a meal, sit down, turn your phone off, turn the TV off, pay attention to just the food that is in front of you, because the act of eating is an act. It's a job that you are doing in that moment. The act of digesting your food is a job that your body has to do. So when you're asking it to do all these multiple things at once, eventually it's just going to say, no, thank you. I can't do all those things. And it's going to shut down. or you're going to vomit your food. So eating well is very, very important. Taking supplements is important as well to an extent. And I want to touch on this because I think it's very important. I think that I have seen that there are a lot of wellness spaces that just want to talk about supplements and they just want to pump supplements. Now, we just talked about digesting your food. And to that, I say, why are we expecting our body to now process all of these supplements, some of which we are putting in our body and they are not bioavailable to our system, so our body doesn't know what to do with it? Your body is literally going, I don't recognize this as a source of something that is good for me, so it's going to ignore it. It's going to push it out. Or your body is going to become inflamed around whatever that is that you have put into your body because it's looking at it as though it's somebody coming in to attack. It's on the defense. So supplements, yes, but not when we are taking so many supplements that our body can't process them or digest them. I will always talk about magnesium. Your nervous system needs magnesium. The nervous system runs all the way throughout the body, right? It starts in our brain, it goes down our spinal cord, it branches out into the whole body with the peripheral nerves, and it touches everything. Now, there's research that's coming out about fascia being a part of the nervous center, the nervous system. I will tell you that it is. As a practitioner, I will definitely tell you that your fascia that touches every single part of your body is a part of your nervous system. But because Western medicine does not understand fascia yet, and they haven't caught up to the science of it, they are going to continuously say, it's just a gel-like substance in your body that holds everything together. What do you think it's doing while it's holding everything together? That's the nervous system, holding everything together, making sure that we aren't just floating around wild and crazy. It keeps everything in check. It's your system that lets you know, hey, you're being chased by a bear. And then it's your responsibility to say, no, I'm not being chased by a bear. But magnesium going into the body allows for the smooth muscle to relax in those areas, in turn allowing the nervous system to relax as well. So why is it that sometimes you are doing all the right things? You're taking the right supplements, you're meditating like we just did, you're getting outside and putting your feet in grass, you have turned the TV off. Let's dig into that before I go on to the next subject. You cannot heal your nervous system while you are continuing to pour fake, false narratives into your body, into your brain, and you do that by watching TV. You can't. It won't work because a lot of what we're watching on TV is stuff that is supposed to make your nervous system dysregulated. It's argumentative, it's violent, it's loud and chaotic. It's families fighting on TV. It's a bunch of garbage. It's all inflammatory. And your nervous system perceives it as though you are being chased by a bear because it doesn't know the difference. So you turn on the TV and you turn on this fighting and arguing and inflammatory stuff, your nervous system will be dysregulated and you will stay in that state. One of the best things that I did for myself was I stopped watching the news. I used to be a very, very avid WGN morning news fan. Loved it. Love me some Paul Conrad, WGN morning weather. However, I can't listen to that garbage. They're arguing at 4:30 in the morning. They're bringing information that is terrifying when you really sit and listen to it, except that most of it is false and none of it is actually happening. So that being said, disconnecting from those things is imperative for nervous system regulation. You have to do it. It's just, you cannot heal in a place that you were hurt. And while you were not actually hurt by the media, you are hurt over and over again by listening to it and taking it on as though it's something that you are responsible for. I always say that God did not intend for us to know all of the information in the whole entire earth. You're not meant to know what's happening on the other side of the ocean. That's there for a reason. It's not in your vicinity for a reason. So listening to all of that stuff and taking it on as something that you feel that you need to be a part of, you need to know about, you need to fix. Any of those kinds of things, it's just not necessary. It's something that should be as far away from your brain as possible. So a few other things. Okay, so let's go back to this. There are some people will say, I have done all the things, Chrissy. I turned off the news. I don't listen to it anymore. I go for walks. I hug trees like you told me to. I definitely tell everybody, go hug trees. It makes you feel so good, and there's science behind that as well. So why is it that when you're doing everything right, your nervous system is still dysregulated? That's because you haven't gotten rid of what no longer serves you. You are carrying things in your energy field that are still bothersome, and they are still tripping up your nervous system. So in doing the hugging the tree and the meditation, it's very, very important to journal along with that stuff, because you're going to have a lot of things come up. A lot. Old memories. I was with a client the other day, and we were doing energy work. And in that, I feel things within me. So I was stopped and had the need to ask her if there was someone from her past whose name started with an M. And she was like, how'd you know that? It's in your energy field. I could feel it. And she said, that's my ex-husband. I haven't thought about or talked about or anything for years. Correct. You have done the work. You are moving forward, but your energy field is saying, not so fast. The body keeps the score, and your history is stuck here. Your history is stuck here. So your nervous system will not regulate as long as you are carrying that around with you. And one of my favorite modalities that I learned years ago about releasing this trauma is it's an exercise practice called TRE, Trauma Release Exercise. And I learned this in a widows group that I belong to that is coached by Coach Michelle Steinke-Baumgard, and she is incredible. She was learning TRE at the time that I was actually on vacation with her and her family, and with a widows group that we were traveling with, and she did a session with us of TRE. So trauma release exercise is 7 yoga poses that allows your body to get into a position, and then it allows your muscles to shake. And as we do that, that forces the emotions that are stuck in there to come out of your body. And this is a theory that was founded after wolves. A wolf pack will get into a skirmish or some kind of a fight, whatever, right? And one by one of them will leave the pack and go off to a place where they feel safe, and they will shake. They are shaking the trauma out of their body so that when they come back to the pack, there is never a weak link in the pack, because when your nervous system is dysregulated because you're carrying around trauma that doesn't belong to you, you're easily triggered. So now as this wolf comes back to the pack and he's healed and feeling better, when they go out and get into another skirmish, he's at 100%. He's not at 70% because he's still carrying the last fight with him and the fear that he had in that last fight. He has gotten rid of that. So regulating your nervous system is super important for multiple reasons. But the number one thing is that so that you can live and not be triggered by every little bump in the night. So I highly encourage all of the nervous system regulation. If you need help with that, you can always come see me and have some energy work done to have that stuff moved off of you. But I say this to say, honor your nervous system, because it is the one thing that you will have with you until the end, and allowing other people to damage or disrupt your nervous system is insane to me. Absolutely insane. If your nervous system is dysregulated, the rest of your body will be dysregulated. Your organs will not function properly. You will be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes because of nervous system dysregulation, and there is no reason for you to ever be on insulin or metformin or any of those medications. You simply need to have your nervous system regulated. That's it. It's truly that simple. You also need to remove yourself from whatever area of your life is causing that nervous system dysregulation, and that's typically easier said than done. I myself had to remove myself from situations that were disrupting my nervous system. And that's unfortunate. I did not want my life to be that way, to where I've had to eliminate people or distance myself from people, but it became necessary. My nervous system is my most important thing to me. It's what is going to keep me until it's time for me to go be someplace else. It's my alarm system to let me know when something bad is happening. So why am I going to be dysregulated by other people's problems so that now when I go out into the world, I'm not regulated enough to deal with other people's stuff? So nervous system regulation definitely comes with setting strong, hard boundaries, and it often requires leaving environments that have caused that. Whether it's a job, whether it's family, whether it's a marriage that you are in, whatever it may be, your nervous system is so extremely important that I encourage you to walk away from whatever is disrupting it. And that's going to make some people feel some sort of way. And there have definitely been people who have looked to me and said, "What do you mean you don't talk to your mother anymore?" I don't. I haven't for almost 3 years. And that is not an easy thing to deal with. It is not how I wanted things to be. But because she is unable to regulate her nervous system and get things under control, I refuse to be there. I refuse to be a punching bag for that. And I hope that that gives somebody else just a little bit of courage to know that you can walk away. It's okay. It's necessary, actually, for your health. Your organs will thank you. My stomach has thanked me over and over again. My heart has thanked me 1,000,000 times over and over again. I don't have palpitations anymore. I don't have a constant nervous stomach to where I feel like I can't function or I can't leave the house. And I'm certainly not in freeze. There are several stages of fight or flight and nervous system dysregulation. And one of them, so first you're going to go into fight or flight, where the immediate danger is happening and you have to decide, am I running to the left or am I running to the right? But after you get past that, you typically go into what's called freeze or fawn. Freeze is a total shutdown. I was in freeze for several years. I did not leave my bedroom for 2 or 3 years. I actually had gotten to a point where I taped black contractor garbage bags over my windows to keep sun from coming in. That's how bad it was. I just wanted to be in the dark. And what I didn't know at the time is that being in the dark was what was going to kill me, because my vitamin D level had become so low. It was at 6, and the minimum that your vitamin D level should be is 40. So mine had gotten dangerously, dangerously low because of the freeze state that I was in, that I literally felt like I could not get out of bed. My home had gone to the wayside. I was not doing daily activities. I wasn't even taking care of myself. Brushing my teeth, forget about it. Taking a shower, that'll happen in a couple days. Freeze state is unbearable. And until you remove any and all things that are dysregulating your nervous system, you will stay in that state. So I had to make major changes for myself. And once I did that, nervous system regulation, which is such a beautiful place to be. So I highly encourage all of you to make sure that you are pouring good nourishment into your nervous system. You want to eat good foods, low sugars, low fats, low nasty fats, good monounsaturated fats. You want to make sure that you're getting good rest. We talked in the last episode about sleep versus rest. Get your rest. Don't worry about sleep. Don't worry about 8 hours of this is what the government told you have to do, or your doctor said, oh, you should be in bed at this time. And that, no, you should be honoring your body and listening to it. Listen to what it needs for the day. If it needs a 2-hour nap in the afternoon, take it. If you need a 30-minute nap in the morning, take it. do what you need to do to regulate your nervous system, because it is the number one thing that is going to support you, keep you safe. It is going to love you as long as you love it back. So I am so grateful for everybody who joined the episode today. I hope that you took away a few nuggets from this. And I hope that you find something to do today to regulate your nervous system, namely go hug a tree. That would make me really happy. So I will talk to you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day.